Mic check. 1 2 1 2. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. Okay. Looks like the mic audio is cooperating now. So much stuff I was trying to fix from yesterday, and so much new stuff just had to break. Just had to. It never ends. Okay. Now we will be beginning momentarily. I have to restart VTube Studio. I can't find my Steam instance right now. Where is my Steam? I have to restart that too. Jesus. Do I have to get the Origin app, or what is it called now? The EA app? Because we're doing some Dragon Age today. Tonight. I can't English. Why am I trying? Okay. Remind me to do an additional mic check once we get the game open, and we will also be showing off a video I recorded earlier from the Dragon Age Keep. I wanted to record my tapestry for the sake of catching up on Dragon Age Origins and 2. I don't think you need to sell me on going back to Origins. I wasn't even sure if I was going to play Inquisition today or Origins. However, Dragon Age 2, it's not on the schedule. It's not anywhere on my radar right now. Okay. Let me get this back online. Okay, that'll cooperate enough. Now, where is my VTube Studio? Because it's currently not visible. Okay, VTube Studio starting back up. I don't know where it's going to be best to put myself once we get into the game, so I'm just going to start in my default position. The bottom right corner. Oh, I forgot to take the cover off my camera. Okay. Okay, and there we go. Now it's appearing. Okay. Now that the initial wave of troubleshooting is over, let me see what I can't get working. Now let me just bring this up right here. Okay. I also want to move one more layer in OBS to the bottom and then lock it. I had to capture something from my browser earlier, and as you can see I blocked it out. There's a small bit of my desktop available in the background, but yeah. I want to make sure nothing from my browser leaked. Just being safe here, nothing personal. So I can actually make myself bigger for a second. Let's go right about there. Yeah, I don't want to cover up the pups. But now we can review the Dragon Age Keep. So my plan for today is to go into Inquisition starting on Nightmare. I have not played Inquisition more than 5 or 6 hours ever since the difficulty updates came out, where they added a bunch of different skulls, like Halo. So they're not called that. I think they're called Death Marches or something like that, because it's got to be Dragon Age flavored. But yeah, it's been more than a hot minute for me, so I have a text file open with all of my choices in the Keep, and more importantly than that, I also have a video of the slideshow that you can export. Gotta be honest though, I don't like the art style of the Keep. I don't like the way the Keep shows it. I don't like the art direction. However, if we're going to go into Inquisition and you don't know anything about Origins or 2, it's better than nothing. So, we're going to start with sharing this video, and if you want it separately, I can upload it in 1080p on YouTube, or I can just staple it onto the front of another VOD. For now, though, I don't think it's that critical. We can just have it like this, so let's check it out. Nope, the audio is still not working. Hang on. Why is that not working? I just fixed my mixer yesterday. Why? Just why? Okay. Alrighty, and don't worry, I'll turn off my phone's noises momentarily. Okay, now let me see if I'm getting desktop audio. Whether or not this is too much or not enough.
If you believe the stories, mankind's pride gave rise to the Darkspawn. Countless in number and toxic to all life, Darkspawn search endlessly for an archdemon. When they find one, Darkspawn armies surge up from their corrupt barrows beneath the ground, and a blight begins. Grey Wardens are the only warriors capable of destroying an archdemon.
Okay, I'm taking down the desktop audio to minus 35 decibels, and now I'm talking over it. Okay, yeah. I'm going to put that back up to 30, but that should still be enough. Now let's make sure that both are still audible.
Duncan, a Grey Warden, pressed the young elf.
Minus 35 it is then. Goddamn, I hate that mix on... I was talking art direction before, but even just the audio mixing on the keep, fixing your tapestry, is a pain in the ass. So, now, let me just take it from the top. So, if you are uninitiated, Dragon Age 1 would allow you to import a save directly into Dragon Age 2 because they were released on the same console generation. Then Dragon Age Inquisition came out, and Inquisition, because they were planning for next-gen consoles, did not let you directly import your saves. So they set up what we now refer to as the Dragon Age Keep, the tapestry of choices, if you will. And it is because of this tool that we are theoretically going to be able to prep our Inquisition save for import into Veilguard. And I don't know if I'm going to do Veilguard on release. I'm tempted, but I'm not planning on it just yet. Because, how to put it, does it look great? I'm not saying it looks terrible, but I'm saying Inquisition already is not my favorite Dragon Age game. That has to be Origins. And Veilguard looks like a lesser Inquisition, so... yeah, it's looking like the new game is going to be a bronze medalist at best. It could still be very much better than Dragon Age 2. I would not hold that against it. In fact, even before the game's out, I will bet on that. It will be better than Dragon Age 2. That said, it's not exactly a high bar for me. So, we are going to start Dragon Age Inquisition. If you want to go over my choices, if you want to go over them in text form, I will make the TXT available somewhere. Maybe I'll just copy-paste the entire thing into the YouTube description for this, or I'll pin a comment. I will figure out a way to get you this. TLDR, I will go over my DAO choices, and then I'll go over my DA2 choices, and they will actually sit down and watch the video, so we can start playing Inquisition. Hero, Volinar Tabris, City Elf, Male, Warrior. My specialization was a Reaver, by the way. Although, my choice in this playthrough would not let me be a Reaver. Thankfully, Origins, once you had unlocked in your account, you were able to choose it as specialization further on. Or if you were being especially save scummy, you could save before the choice that would give you this, poisoning the Urn of Ashes, killing Liliana. And then once you have it unlocked, then you reload your save, and it's just automatically available to you. I speak from a small amount of experience, possibly, theoretically. Anyway, companions. Oh yeah, by the way, Tabris, City Elf, Male, Warrior, Warden, alive and well. Companions. Romanced Morgan, recruited dog. Obviously, he's best boy. Persuaded the revered mother to free Sten. Recruited Sten. Returned Sten's sword. Recruited Wynn. Win alive and well. Recruited Ogren. Recruited Zevran. My PC fans are ramping up like a motherfucker. Let me just pull the mic a little bit away from that. Recruited Zevran. Zevran alive and well. Liliana alive and well. Loghain alive and well. That one might be controversial. It is very satisfying to kill him. I've dueled him. I've executed him. I had Alistair duel him. I had my dog duel him. Yeah. There's lots of ways to kill Loghain, but I chose for my big ass air quotes main playthrough of Dragon Age to keep him alive. Let's see, where was I again? Right. Alistair became king. Warden and Alistair were not lovers. Well, I played a male elf, so that was never really in the cards. Morgan had an old god baby with the Warden. That one was in the cards. Are you expecting me to say no to Claudia Black? Come on. I played Uncharted. You think that ass is the main draw? No, it's the voice. Although, together we did murder her mother. We acquired the Grimoire by defeating Flemeth. Don't worry, it's not permanent. She comes back in Dragon Age 2. And Inquisition. Your choices have consequences. Prologue. Bought food to feed the Ostagar prisoner. Cured the Mabari Hound. The Arl of Redcliffe. Helped Redcliffe fight. Helped Redcliffe prepare. Connor alive, not possessed. Bella took tavern ownership. Freed Bevan and returned sword. Helped Owen's daughter escape. Isolde is alive. Broken Circle. Templar supported. First Enchanter Irving survived battle. Did not agree to Cullen's request. Well. You shouldn't have been named after a Twilight character. Nature of the Beast. Brokered peace. Brought Kamen and Gaina together. Is it Gaina or Genya? Gaina, okay. Saved the Hala. Told Athris about wife's fate. I was gonna be nice to you, but your name is just an anagram of Arthas, so I had to be just a smidge cruel. A little bit. Brought Verathorn Ironbark. Returned Devgan to Dalish camp. I feel like I spelled that name wrong. Is it Devgan or Dagon? Oh, well, the choice is made. I already have it locked in with the export from the keep. Now, Paragon of her kind. Joined forces against Caridin. I was very much a recruiter hero in DAO. Whatever was going to help the war effort, even if there were consequences later, you had to take care of Loghain. You had to take care of the Darkspawn. You had to do something right then. You'll see that with some other choices, too. Joined forces against Caridin. Belen rules Orzammar. I do love the line in the keep about specifically a brutal yet progressive hand. It might have been a bit of the mask slipping right there. Cedruck died. Yes, spared her a little bit of trouble. Helped Berkel create Chantry. Helped Zerlinda reconcile with family. Helped Orta join the assembly. Dagna left to study. This is a choice that I kind of made retroactively after seeing that no matter what I do, she's going to be well studied in Inquisition. So this is one I feel like I could more or less in my earlier playthroughs of DAO just told her to stay underground and know her place. But now, since she's going to show up anyway, I have to retcon this in my own head. I have to retcon that choice. Didn't encounter Marty. Didn't have Sun with Marty. You know why those two choices are negatives there? Because I didn't roll a dwarf. I rolled an elf. Those choices are, if I'm not mistaken, reserved for Dwarven Commoner? It's not even like you be... Yeah, word. It's not even like you could be a Dwarven Noble and get those. I think those are only for Dwarven Commoner. Proved Legion of Dead connected to Noble House. Returned Tome to Shaperate. Completed Rogek or Rojek? Let's just pretend it's Roger. Completed Roger's Illyrium deal. Now to Denerim. Sir Landry is alive. Told Ban Sigard about Oswin. Completed Slim Coldry's Crime Wave. Give Alfstana Irminrik. I swear I can read. Give Alfstana Irminrik's ring. Return amulet to beggar. Helped Alistair find Goldana. I don't remember who that is, but apparently that's the choice I made. Brought scroll to Sister Justine. Handled the Crimson Oars. Completed Master Ignacio's I am so tongue-tied. Thankfully, we're going to be playing rather shortly, and I can try to put my tongue to use. Do you have any better suggestions what I can do with it? Completed Master Ignacio's assassinations. Sent Marjolaine away. And now on to the Landsmeet. The big decision here, Alistair and Honora rule. The Battle of Denerim, Warden killed the Archdemon. Obviously. You romance Morrigan, and this is pretty much the one sensible solution. There's other options, obviously, but obviously isn't obvious enough, at least compared to this one for me. Now for the Awakening expansion, which I misspelled in the document. Epscansion. Ugh. Okay, I can't see half my keyboard behind my microphone, but most of that was just me being all thumbs. Okay, anyway. Where was I? Awakening expansion. Warden allowed the Architect to live. This might be the dumbest thing you could do, and so far it hasn't had any consequences 2 games later. Maybe 3 games later. I don't know. This feels like something they're just kind of gonna abandon, because, what do you do with it? I don't trust modern BioWare to handle that, because that's a big deal. Keep Amaranthine protected. Nathaniel alive and well. Ogren and Felsi reunited. The Keep and Amaranthine, keeping them both protected on the highest difficulty, that was a real kick in the dick, but I did it. I think I only did it on the highest difficulty once, so I can say I've done it. I can't say it was a good idea. You can do it, though. Witch Hunt DLC went through the Alluvion. There is a fantastically stupid choice you can make here that I don't think it gets reflected in future entries, really. But it's funny in the moment. You can stab Morrigan and throw her through the Alluvion, or let her fall through, I guess. But I prefer my slightly more demented version. Anyway, Warden's Keep DLC gained the power of blood, slayed Sophia, and allowed Avernus ethical research. Big-ass air quotes there. Because ordinarily, I would be thinking, just research, but we already gained the power of blood. Are we going to tempt fate? We're going to double up or nothing? We could. Our Warden certainly would. But for this, we're set. And for the Stone Prisoner DLC, otherwise known as Ye Olden Online Pass, otherwise known as EA's $10 plan. Shale is alive and well. Matthias and Amalia both alive, neither possessed, and Shale was recruited, obviously. You remember online passes. Excited that those might be looked back on with a hint of nostalgia compared to shit like microtransactions running rampant. But them's the breaks. This is where we are. Now on to Dragon Age 2. My hero was Garrett Hawk. Human, that's not a choice in Dragon Age 2, I just had to put that down for my notes. Male, a rogue, and humorous. I don't have air quotes big enough for humorous with regards to Dragon Age 2, okay? This is, like, was it better or worse than Fallout 4's big flaming air quotes sarcastic options? In Fallout 4, sarcastic options were basically yes, but cringe. I don't miss those. So we can move on to companions. Okay, I romanced Isabella. Not my smartest decision, but my puckish rogue asshole, Garrett, that seemed like the most him choice I could have made. So yeah, romanced Isabella. Bethany became a circle mage. I specifically chose to not be a mage because the mage circle conflict, it means a lot more to me when I am, how to put it, me being a mage going through the rebellion doesn't matter as much to me as having a relative, a loved one, being a mage going through it. Let me see here. Carver died leaving Lothering. This is a choice that you make during character creation. It's not something you get to do. I think it worked like this in the demo back in 2011, 2010. It was old. 2011, 2012. Yes, I'm old. This is a choice that gets made for you, but you do technically make it yourself during character creation. If you are a mage, Bethany dies. If you are not a mage, so either a warrior or a rogue, then Carver dies. Because there's only room for one Hawk mage in the story. I guess that's a limitation of the short development cycle and writing cycle and everything else with Dragon Age 2. And I could talk a lot of shit, but I'm going to try to keep moving. Recruited Isabella. Couldn't romance her if I didn't recruit her. Isabella returned to Hawk. See, she's alright. She's got attachment issues. I can work with that. Did not give Isabella to the Arashok. Yeah, that kind of puts a damper on the romance, if you do. She doesn't like being chained up in that specific fashion. Did not approve of Anders' actions at the Chantry. Sorry, bro. I thought we were cool, but I cannot vibe with your terrorism. No Unabombers in my friend group. Anders, alive and well. No, I did not kill him on the spot. I wanted, generally speaking, my rule of thumb for my save import is I want as many characters alive as possible to see what happens. Whether it is beneficial or detrimental, I just want to see what happens with everybody that was still kicking. Okay. Anders alive and well. Aveline married Donick. That's another romance I have to pretend I cared about. Aveline stayed with Hawk. Recruiting Sebastian. Was Sebastian another DLC character? Or I don't remember. That's not a glowing endorsement. I only 100% of Dragons... I couldn't even get the name of the game right. I only 100% of Dragon Age 2 once. On one character. So I don't think I've played through it as a mage or a warrior. And I did not waver a lot on my rogue, so... Have I even played a female Hawk? I think I have, but I don't remember. Again, I had at least 8 separate characters in Dragon Age Origins. In Dragon Age Inquisition, if I go back to my PS4 save, it's somewhere. Probably on a PS4, I think. If I go back to that, I had at least 5 characters. Probably 6, actually. I didn't finish most of them, but I finished at least one. DLC notwithstanding. Yeah, Dragon Age 2, it was fighting an uphill battle, and it lost. Okay, where was I? Sebastian? Right. Friends with Varric, not rivals. Bartrand, not killed. Helped Varric discover the cause of the haunting. Varric did not keep the Red Lyrian idol. Fenris, alive and well. Meryl stayed with Hawk, she's alive and well. And Meryl also destroyed the Illuvian. This is where my Hawk wavers from my Warden. Because the Warden would have kept the Illuvian. That's an asset. You never know what we could do with it. Hawk, on the other hand, he's much more, not pragmatic, but much more immediate. I guess kind of renegade, if I was comparing it to other BioWare games. Meryl's clan wasn't killed, thankfully. Did not make Talus angry, and got a kiss out of it. Kiss Talus. I'm not Jesse Cox. I'm not going to fangirl over Felicia Day, but I'm not going to say no either. And for the prologue, I played a rogue. Obviously, I joined the smugglers. Now on to Act 1. Convince Templars to leave. Returned Seamus to the Viscount. Guinness died. Ugh. Told truth about Ghislaine's wife's death. I can't remember if this was better or worse with the truth, but... Oh, I'm looking down at my notes, actually. I have to make sure something else is... No, that's already taken care of. Okay. Convince the Templars to leave. Returned Seamus to the Viscount. Guinness died. Told the truth about Ghislaine's wife's death. Blackmailed Sir Thrask. Because my Hawk is a puckish rogue, but I would not call him moral. Sent Fainriel to the Dalish. Again, not the most practical choice, but Hawk is trying to be a people person here. Defended Ketojan. Do I have the name wrong? It doesn't feel wrong, but I'm looking at it. Defended Ketojan from the Kunari. Returned cargo to Martin. Kelder alive and well. Didn't kill Danzig. Solved the mystery of missing miners. Iduna alive and well. Kieran reinstated with the Templars, and Karas alive and well. Now, Act 2. Didn't kill Gascard. Discovered the looter of Hubert's caravans. Didn't encounter Yevon. This one threw me for a bit, because I couldn't remember what the trigger for this was until I went through the keep. Apparently, if you have Nathaniel alive and well, courtesy of the, what is it, the Awakening expansion in DAO, if Nathaniel's alive, you don't get this quest. So you don't get to encounter Yevon or Imen or any of his sons. So I remember doing this quest once, but I usually keep Nathaniel alive, so I don't think I've seen both endings. If there's even big differences in the endings. Because I know you can only keep one of the two sons alive. But, yeah, maybe I'll look into that if I play Dragon Age 2 again, so probably not. Attack the raiders without the help of guardsmen. I'm not sharing the XP. I want to hog it. My party needs levels. Fainriel freed and left for Deventer. Hey, you know what? We're going to the Imperium theoretically in Veilguard, so maybe he'll pop up again. I don't know if anybody else gives a shit about Fainriel. We'll see. Didn't side with Varnell against the Kunari. Didn't side with Patrice. So yeah, the people trying to frame Kunari for violence, attacking prisoners, framing assassination for a Viscount's son. Yeah, no. Javaris, alive and well. And I killed the Arashock. This one is a tempting choice, but you can't romance Isabella and not kill the Arashock. If you bargain with the Arashock, you'll lose Isabella. If you keep Isabella, you have to kill the Arashock. So yeah, that was my relationship making that choice, not me. I'll have to ask my wife for permission if I can just trade the book back. And the thief who took it. Anyway, on to Act 3. Another spelling error. Hawk offered to help Nuncio, let Zevran go, rescued Nathaniel, reuniting Sharad and Gamlin. I sided with the mages, obviously. My sister's a mage, I'm going to side with the mages in this playthrough. Handed the conspirators to Orsino, allowed Emil to go free. Let Kieran go. But hey, we killed the dragon at the bone pit. So that's not nothing. Legacy DLC. We're almost done with DA2. Sided with Larius. If you go for the other person, you are trying to free Corypheus. You might be speeding up the ability to access Dragon Age Inquisition that way. But unfortunately, linear time and the game's releases does not allow that really. So why would you want to set a Darkspawn free? Okay? Like, my Warden might have done this choice. Might have set the Darkspawn free if it was an asset. Might have let it live if it was an asset. My Hawk would never. Not once. So yeah, we sided with Larius. We did not want Darkspawn getting free, and we found our father's will. Found Malcolm's will, is how it's specifically listed. So, moving on to the Dragon Age Inquisition choices. We're not going to go through all these, because we're going to be making the choices live in a playthrough. However, just for the Inquisitor, I'm going to let you know what we're working with here. Sumen Li Adar. A Kunari. She is a Kunari and a mage. So, what degree of apostate are we now? Heretic? I don't speak fantasy Muslim. So I don't know where I would fall in the queue, but yeah, not exactly a happy situation to start with there. So yeah, I'm going to be a female Kunari mage. And Ceres is probably going to climax just on first sight from that combination. I don't like Ceres as a character, but I kind of appreciate her romance, so yeah. Now with that out of the way, let's go to the video. And I might be muting myself off and on here because I grabbed a tortilla and some mozzarella, and I'm a little hungry. Don't worry, I got soft stuff. So even if I forget to turn on the mute, it will hopefully not be too intrusive. Now, if I could remember where this is in my monitors, okay. Let's begin.
If you believe the stories, mankind's pride gave rise to the Darkspawn. Countless in number and toxic to all life, Darkspawn search endlessly for an archdemon. When they find one, Darkspawn armies surge up from their corrupt barrows beneath the ground, and a blight begins. Grey Wardens are the only warriors capable of destroying an archdemon, and history always honors the one who sacrificed In the Fifth Blight, the Warden was the hero of Ferelden. An elf raised in the Denerim's close-knit, impoverished alienage. The unlikely hero joined in a fight for elven rights, drawing the wrath of Denerim's nobility. Duncan, a Grey Warden, pressed the young elf into the Warden's service to escape. The allied Ferelden and Grey Warden forces met in Ostagar, where King Kaelin's armies and a host of wardens gathered, ready to destroy the...
Ah, curse your sudden but inevitable betrayal.
As Loghain betrayed his king.
You always need a good foil in this, and Loghain was a good foil.
The hero, now a full-fledged Grey Warden,
Gave us a princess, by technicality, with his daughter.
witch of the wilds. Joined by Flemeth's
Ah, yes, we need to find the rural Hot Topic crowd.
the hero set out to build an
Don't worry, I'm going to convince your daughter to kill you. It'll work out.
With the traitorous Loghain now seated on Ferelden's throne, the Warden sought help from the influential Arl Eamon of Redcliffe.
Now this is the kind of politics that we appreciate in
They arrived
games.
in Redcliffe to find the town under siege. As each night, undead rose in waves and assailed the battered village. With the hero's help, the people of Redcliffe stood fast against the undead horde. The Wardens reached Arl Eamon's castle only to find the Arl lying at the edge of death, and his court fallen into madness. To save his father's life, Eamon's young son, Connor,
Q demon designs we're not going to get back again.
had quickly fallen
I would be very happily surprised, but that demon, not so likely.
free.
They're especially not going to let you bind him up in chains.
Demons home over Redcliffe. But deals with demons are never straightforward. The demon agreed only to save Eamon's life, not restore him to health.
Yeah, all that temptation for the succubussy, and you got genie ruled.
The hero located an urn containing the sacred ashes of Andraste, which were said to cure...
Ah, yes, one of the nails that pierced Christ's body from the Don't Fuck With This armory.
and a dragon-worshipping cult that wanted to twist the urn's power to its own ends. The urn remained pure, but mysteriously disappeared after the Wardens departed.
It might have been timeline shenanigans, I can neither confirm nor deny, but I did have the Reaver vocation unlocked.
The ashes,
But not anymore. After I lost my Dragon Age Origin PC saves,
informed of
I couldn't resync with the servers, so I have to do everything from scratch if I go back to Origins. That's a good problem to have, though. I would want to play Dragon Age Origins again.
to aid the Grey Wardens in times of blight. However, Lake Calenad's tower could offer little help. One of its mages
Now, this is where we start letting the Templars rise to power.
and was twisting other circle mages into abominations. The hero brought the tower...
You know that in Dragon Age 2, I come out more pro-mage. Dragon Age Origins, however, you gotta be absolutist, you gotta be maximizing your war effort, even more than Mass Effect 3's war table, so...
Circle were not the only
Not taking a risk with those mages.
forces, however. Dalish elves don't usually...
And if you thought Cullen was going to be insufferable with the Twilight comparisons, now we're on to the werewolf elves.
An ancient curse was destroying Ferelden's largest Dalish clans, turning the elves into werewolves. Zathrian, the clan's keeper, claimed that the cure required the heart of the great wolf, Witherfang. Years before, Zathrian himself had afflicted a group of humans with the curse that now ravaged his clan. As long as he lived, the curse endured. The hero freed the werewolves from the long-standing curse, and the Dalish joined the Horde.
This is the only time I think we can settle for peace with the furries.
They happened hundreds of years apart.
And now, if you're using Chrome, like I was bitching and moaning about on Twitter earlier, or X, this is where the Keep breaks their video preview, because as it tries to transition from the nature of the beast to a paragon of her kind, the video breaks. I got it to work on Chrome once in the last, like, 2-3 weeks.
Enron's death,
Yes, I was trying to prepare for this.
fighting for control of the dwarven capital. Only the vote of a venerated paragon could break the deadlock to elect a ruler.
So yeah, if you want to do this video preview with your own tapestry, or you just want to check out other people's saves on the Keep,
The heroes
do not do it on Chrome. Do it in Firefox. Do it on anything else.
who had disappeared into the deep roads in search of a legendary artifact, the Anvil of the Void, created by the renowned smith Caridin to forge mighty war golems. With Branca's help, the hero restored the Anvil of the Void, and the small...
Again, another choice where some people would want to have the anvil destroyed and Branca kill herself, but it was too concerning to have the Paragon break the stalemate, and also the Anvil presented too great an opportunity for assets, even though the Golems aren't really that beneficial in the grand scheme of things. So yeah, I got the young progressive accused of corruption, and that's clearly working out for BioWare.
With Jordan's strength now bolstering the Warden's army, the hero had to deal with Logi, so Ferelden could stand unified against the Darkspawn before the Blight swallowed the world. The kingdom of Ferelden stood divided. While some nobles supported Logain's regency, others condemned his inaction against the Darkspawn. Civil war brewed, and Arl Eamon called a landsmeet in hopes of curtailing the conflict.
Good thing we got him out of that coma. Some good bed rest might be desirable. I'm probably going to do a short stream tonight just because I need some bed rest too. But we needed that Arl. And most people would not let Logain live either, but you can see something come out of that later on if you let him.
The hero's army fought valiantly through Denerim and broke the Darkspawn siege. On Fort Dracon's highest tower, the hero's strongest allies fought alongside the Warden in a final heroic battle against the massive Archdemon. The Archdemon was killed without the sacrifice of a Grey Warden's life.
If you need another reason to romance Morrigan, or you don't even need to romance her, I think you can get that choice, or you can force it on Alistair. Oh god, that would be a union of pure spite, and maybe if I do another playthrough, I will force that instead.
In the Blight's aftermath, strong leadership was crucial. Alistair, King Kaelin's half-brother, and Queen Enora, Kaelin's widow and daughter of Loki,
Purely political marriage.
joined in the political union.
I'm surprised by the time Inquisition rolls around they haven't slit one another's throats. But yeah, it worked out.
Still stands, as obstinate and resolute as the Dog Lords ever are. But the events of
And now, if you thought the corpo art was bad in this section of the story, just wait till it drops a bar or two for Dragon Age 2 to start.
remain the nation's brightest beacons of hope during its darkest times. It all began in Kirkwall.
It gets uglier, more smeared and garish.
And of course, the Chantry's destruction and the onset of Mage Rebellion.
I think these logos, like the Kirkwall one, are the only things that I would say are as good, if not better, than the Origin segment of the Keep video. Everything else, though, it takes a step down. It takes a lot of steps down when we get to Inquisition, though.
Siblings Bethany and Carver hope to find refuge at her family's estate in Kirkwall, far to the north. While Hawk had no magical abilities, the champion was at the heart of events that ultimately led to the Mage Rebellion. The Hawks escaped the Blight with the help of Aveline.
Let me just check the time because, yeah, it is still about half the playthrough.
The family was also aided by Flemeth.
It's shorter than the Origins part, but not by much.
Hawk's brother, Carver, never reached the Free Marches.
Like I said, this part's a choice you don't get to make. It's your brother if you are a rogue or a warrior, and your sister if you're a mage.
Kirkwall were difficult. Leandra's brother Gamlin had lost.
Gee, I wonder how Gamlin lost the family fortune. Does the name give you a hint?
In return for entrance to the city. To pay off the debt, Hawk was forced to work for a gang of smugglers. All the while, Hawk and Bethany did their best to hide Bethany's magic from the Templars.
By the way, hiding Bethany's magic doesn't matter. She will get outed no matter what choices you make. If Bethany's alive, she will be outed as a mage.
To the deep roads. It was a long shot, but with gold gained from the expedition, Hawk could free the family from its criminal creditors and further Templar scrutiny. Hawk met a rogue Grey Warden named Anders, who possessed detailed maps of the deep roads. These maps were crucial to the expedition's success. Once Hawk obtained them, everything else fell quickly into place. Afraid to lose another sibling, Hawk
So yeah, if you tell her to stay back, the Templars find her out. If you bring her with you on the expedition, she gets bit. Okay, it's the zombie problem. However, the only solution if she gets exposed to the blight from Darkspawns, she has to become a Grey Warden. Which, if you played Dragon Age Inquisition before, becoming a Warden might effectively be a death sentence. So, even though the mages are about to become the heart of a rebellion, it's surprisingly safer for the overall story. Then again, I don't know how much of Inquisition or any of the other games is going into Veilguard. Veilguard, Failguard, Freud, I don't know. I'm skeptical, okay?
The blood mage responsible, but could not prevent Leandra's death. Leandra's tragic death was
Boo-hoo, you're a protagonist. At least one of your parents was gonna die. It's BioWare.
The city's mages, who felt increasingly oppressed, and Templars, who grew increasingly suspicious of their activities.
With good reason.
A large contingent of Qunari had also established themselves in Kirkwall.
You know, if the city's a powder keg, then maybe we shouldn't be deferring to the Qun. Just out of suspicion.
Many years before,
Perhaps baseless.
Qunari were allowed to remain in a cordoned-off area in Lowtown.
I will give Dragon Age 2 this, the glow-up on the Qunari from Dragon Age Origins to Dragon Age 2. It's kind of like when you look back at Star Trek TOS versus TNG Onward, the Klingons... the Klingons, man. Could you imagine a Klingon pre-TNG with the forehead ridge and all that? You can't imagine it without them. Same thing with the Qunari, without their horns. The satyr-like motif. The... Hircine, I think is the correct word? Yeah, goat-like.
When her crime was discovered, a Qunari assassin killed her. After Seamus was murdered, the Arashok of the Qunari group lost patience with the humans of Kirkwall. They would now submit to the Qun or die.
I was thinking that was going to be the big bad final boss, but when you fight him in the trailer, I should have realized. It was a much more visually imposing character than we were going to be stuck with in the end.
Hawk reached the palace and stood toe-to-toe with the fearsome Qunari leader. Hawk fought the Qunari leader. The fierce battle resulted in the Arashok's death and the liberation of Kirkwall from its brief occupation. The Qunari quickly withdrew from the city entirely. Hawk saved Kirkwall and earned the grudging respect of the city's Templars, mages, and nobility.
So now things can only go up from here, right? Yeah.
Kirkwall's problems were still not over, however. After Viscount Dumar's death, Knight Commander Meredith took power and blocked all attempts to appoint a new Viscount. Under Meredith's command, the Templars tightened their grip on
Origins had good politics, Dragon Age 2, not so much. And yeah, I am so sufficiently bored with Dragon Age 2, I am actually checking shit on my phone. This is probably the only time I'm going to be able to multitask for the stream.
He destroyed Kirkwall's chantry, killing hundreds, including Grand Cleric Elthida.
But at least your sister wasn't in the chantry at the
He had
time.
a rebellion that spread from circle to circle, until all circles of
He put a
mankind
slash through
had
those
risen up in
circles.
defiance
Don't
against
mage
Chantry
here.
rule. Though Anders had done the unforgivable, something stayed the champion's hand.
Yeah, the overseer of the account wanting to import more characters. How can you not bring in
Fighting spread swiftly through the city.
such an explosive character? You would hope he had more to do,
Many
but
of them succumbing
nope.
to possession. Templars turned their swords on mages who rebelled and on those who did not. As First Enchanter Orsino refused to bend to the Templars, Knight Commander Meredith demanded that every mage in Kirkwall be put to the sword. Hawk
Yeah, including our sister, which is why you need to check for the flag and make sure she's still alive.
succumbed to possession or the temptations of blood magic. In the end, however, Hawk was forced to strike down Orsino, who had betrayed his own values by resorting.
You're not helping the accusation against your people, my man. I hate
The
that.
battle proved one thing. Knight Commander Meredith had gone mad. Hawk saw the truth of it when Meredith unsheathed her sword, and the red lyrium.
And this was not like a small idol either. It's not like a little gem you could have just stacked onto the grip. No. This was a giant fuck-off glowing crystal of red doom.
Consumed her as she died.
What kind of supervillain shit do you gotta be on to make that into the hilt to your sword?
Frozen mask of horror. Little is known of the champion since that final battle.
And I don't need to know more now.
Hawk's story lives on in legend and song. Memories of the indelible changes the champion of Kirkwall.
And also, you notice how many choices you get to make in the tapestry and how few of them are actually represented in the slideshow? And this is where the art direction just crashes. This is the worst of the corpo art. These are barely stick figures. Look at this crap.
Led by Grand Enchanter Fiona, the mages voted for independence.
This looks like the pre-production for a pilot for a show with negative funding, okay? You could tell me this was like an Insane Cloud Posse music video. They had the budget of a ham sandwich and they spent it all on crack. And that would still look better than this.
Perhaps the mighty empire of Orlais could have intervened in the war before it. That was not to be. Grand Duke Gaspard began a deadly civil war against Empress Celine, vying for the Orlesian throne.
We're gonna deal with that soon enough.
Neighboring Ferelden, but the Templars followed, and so their battles spread across all of Thedas.
The court mission here, it's not terrible in Inquisition. It's not my favorite part of the game, though.
The Templars to stand down. They refused, declaring their own independence. Thus, the war began in earnest. Templars hunting mages, mages fighting Templars. Their clashes wreaked untold destruction. And all sense of order was falling to pieces. Divine Justinia made one final desperate bid to end the war. She approached the leaders of both sides and convinced them to come to a conclave held on neutral ground.
Switzerland. Just don't ask how they funded that environment.
Mages and Templars will talk for the first
It's a very nice castle for someone who stayed neutral.
It is our last and perhaps our only chance for peace.
Okay. And now we're done. Okay, that is the video recapping DA1, or DAO, and DA2. And now they've dropped the numbers entirely. Dragon Age 2 is the only one with a number in it. 1 is Origins, 2 is 2, Inquisition is 3, and Veilguard is 4. 4 is coming out in a month or two. So, I want to do some prepping. Now, I'm going to pull up another video, but this is one, it's not something I'm going to stop and make you watch. This is something I'm pulling up for me, because I want to have a specific character design when we get into the character creator. Yeah, you can tell I've made this Kunari before. Okay, and I can just close that media player because we're not going to need that. Now, let me grab Inquisition. So this might hitch a brief moment while things start up. Okay. Say goodbye to Edith and Wyborough. Don't worry, they're still going to be here, just behind the game. And the pop-up's probably not appearing for you, but the EA launcher just showed up. It says preparing the game, and I'm reminded why I hate certain game integrations having multiple launchers necessarily intertwined. Ugh. I'm going to delete my saves that are currently on here so we can start from scratch properly, because I figure you're going to want to see the character creation. And there's also bits you're missing because you don't get to make your first save until after you go through the first bit of dialogue. So, I also don't remember if any of the native keybinds or default keybinds are going to interfere with my current binds for VTube Studio, so we're going to find out together. Now, as I said, I want to make sure we are starting together, starting from scratch, so once we connect to the server, I want to actually verify, hang on, make sure I'm using the correct version. I have a screenshot saved. I'll cross-reference that while we're starting up. Is Media Player going to show that? It shouldn't. Okay. Okay, I have the timestamps I need to make sure I have the correct save. I redid it today. That's one of the things that was taking me extra time. So, load things up. Delete. 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 delete, delete, and delete. Now. There we go. That's looking much more like we get to start together. Let me go through options. We can figure this out together. Persistent gore, pause while targeting AoEs, auto pause tactical camera, mouse wheel, okay. Interface, hide helmet. We'll keep the helmets on for now. We'll figure that out if we need to do something different later. Tone icons, even though I don't like the tone icon system, it's better to have it on than off. This just is a cosmetic change. It doesn't actually change your dialogue, so. Radio menu behavior, I'll have to do that when the gamepad's connected? Or okay, yeah. HUD visibility, always on. You could do contextual. I prefer always on. Quest trackers fade while inactive. Keep them on. Damage receipt, floating text, just for the controlled character. I don't need the visual clutter of that being on every character. While we have that music going, I'm going to do another audio check to make sure things are balanced appropriately. That way you can hear the game and me. So if I'm too quiet, or the game's too quiet, or too loud, either way, you let me know, okay? So now checking whether or not this is... We will find out momentarily. Sounds like that's a decent spread. Let me just make sure everything's back in position, and we will find out right away. Okay, I think we can take the audio at least up 5 decibels. Okay, and now I'm going to verify that this is, again, still a valid distribution. The music died down too much. Damn it. Okay, hopefully we'll find another good point at which we can test that. For now, though, we are going to keep going. Okay. Effects floating text, full party. Damage floating text, just for control, Yeah, okay. Confirm changes. Yes, please. Wait, what? Were there changes there? That's how much I was paying attention. Okay. Controls. I don't remember what the default binds are, and it doesn't seem like I can change them from here either, so I'm going to get into the game first. And I move on to... Oh, here are key bindings. Okay, I will deal with that once we are in there. Audio, master volume, okay. I could just take this down, actually, to... Let's call it 30%, and then I can reset the... audio mix for the desktop to standard. Okay, and now I'm going to attempt... do I have music again? Very little, so... I'll just wait for a louder moment to do another audio check. A dynamic range headphone balance should be good. Conversations and ambient. I do want subtitles for everything. Subtitle size, default. Can I do small? Default is small, I guess. Okay, fine. Text language, English. Voice language, English. I guess I can't change this. Part of me was tempted to go French for the Orlesian sections, but, Set health voice check. Deactivate voice check. What? Oh, right, this game has multiplayer. I forgot. Oh, that's how you get the dragon throne. Okay. Okay, I'm not doing multiplayer. Maybe in the future. Nothing. Audio, ignores window focus. I guess it doesn't take effect until we confirm it. Changes. There is no confirm button dedicated. It is the back button, and then you get confirm derivative of that. Okay, display. That's all good. Gamma. I don't think we need any balance. Mouse cursor small. Okay. Graphics. I would like to have this all maxed out, but I'm just going with automatic here to try and make sure we have enough performance to actually stream this. And account. Don't share my data, log me in, and upload game data to the keep. Okay. Now that we are about to begin, let me actually send out the social media notification. So if you got here before I sent this notification out, good on you. You are experimental. I appreciate you. I respect you. I don't know how you got here, but I appreciate you. So, send out post. We are ideally going to get... This sounds like it should be loud enough for me to test. Okay, and I'm going to speak, and I will check on the music from another sound check momentarily. And it appears as if that is an adequate balance. Again, one last check. Okay, that is satisfactory now. Good. Let me move the mic a little bit closer to me. Just a little. It's less for the need of proximity and more for the sake of me needing to reach my keyboard. Now, are you ready for a new game? I already told you, Anders was going to set things off with a bang, but this game still has its own explosive intro. Okay, let me shrink my avatar a little bit. Nope, that's the wrong window. There we go. Am I far enough out of the way? Hopefully. Okay. Now, as I said before, we are going Kunari, going female. You may not realize that was a choice you were making right there, but yeah, you're picking the card as well as this icon hover over it. Yep, okay. We're going Kunari. You have to choose your specific variant of class as well if you're going for warrior or rogue. For mage, you just choose mage. I want Nightmare, but I kind of want to see what these difficulty modifiers are. Like I said, I haven't played since they were introduced. I want to see what I'm working with here, theoretically. What kind of custom modifiers we got? Friendly fire, trial even. What do you get for these? Special shipments in strong. Is it just you get extra loot at your base? That's it? You don't even get the bonuses until you get to the second HQ. That seems dumb, but okay. Friendly fire, even ground, walk softly. Even ground sounds good, theoretically, but they always scale to be at least the same level. Okay, so you can be under-leveled, you can't be over-leveled. That would be nice, because I remember in my first playthrough in DAI, I started on Nightmare, obviously, because I'm allegedly a masochist. I started on Nightmare, and I went to the wrong zone early and accidentally started an optional fight with the game's highest level dragon. And that was the best part of the game, because I was severely underleveled. I had to be tactical. I had to use my party to the best of my ability. And afterwards, it was a cakewalk. So, I don't know if I'm going to do custom difficulty today, but that seems like a good place to start, at least. Walk softly. New abilities and traits in combat. Oh, and apparently these difficulty options are broken as well, because they are warning you to keep multiple saves. That's not exactly a commendation. Okay, rest easy. You'll lose all focus if you rest or travel to a camp. That's fine. That's fair. Try out, rub some dirt on it. All healing potions only do 1 health? Fucking hell. That just seems dumb. I mean, granted, I'm playing a mage. We'll always have a healing option, but still. All supply caches are removed from the game. Slightly increases the chance of receiving special... Travel light along with rub some dirt on it. That sounds like pain. Especially if you put it up... Can you do all of these on Nightmare? These are all still options on Nightmare. It doesn't look like they added or subtracted any others. Huh. I might have to look on YouTube later to see if anybody's done it in Nightmare with all of these enabled, because I'm curious. Okay, take it slow. Your XP rate is cut in half. I feel like I wasn't even getting enough levels by the end anyway, but I was deliberately going out of my way to start fights under-leveled. This one's on me more than the game, so maybe that would be good, maybe that would be bad. I don't know. Also, there's slight chances and significant there's nothing that looks like a neutral increase. And also, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do the Nightmare Completion awardment if I have custom enabled. Grisly End. Does this literally just buff bears, of all things? Fairweather Friends. Multiply increased negativity. Okay, sure. I think I'm just going to go for straight Nightmare on this first playthrough. Again, it's not my first time playing DAI. It's my first time on PC. So, yeah, I think Dragon Age Origins, I got that one on PS3. Dragon Age 2, that was also PS3. DAI, that was PS4. Then I got a PC that could actually handle what I wanted to play. You know, after I was done relapsing on World of Warcraft. And with a sufficient upgrade, I was able to handle quite a bit more. So, now we are on to Nightmare. A Talvashoth mage. Okay. Followers of the strict religious philosophy of the Qun, the Qunari appeared like a tidal wave to the north of Thedas 300 years ago. You are Talvashoth, a Qunari who has rejected the Qun and never even lived in Qunari lands. You have earned a place within the Valokas mercenary company as its mage, possessing abilities that would have made you a pet slave among your own people, ignoring the fearful looks you receive from those around you. Most recently, the company was sent to the Chantry Conclave, hired swords meant to keep the peace. A task that has gone terribly wrong. Yes, I do want to import a custom world state. Please and thank you. Now I need to check my screenshot to make sure that is still the correct point. 952024230248 UTC 0000. Okay, that's correct. That's the last one I approved. And now we are going into the character creator. And this is why I have that other video. This is just for me. Oh, the loading screens. I don't know if I want to mod DAI, but there's at least one part of the game I am very much considering. the war table. I'm very much considering modding those real-time... You can't even call them side quests, no. The real-time idle clear bullshit. Oh dear. Is that just the cutscene staggering, or is that my PC? Customize. Okay. And this is why I have this other video, so... Let's see here. I need to shrink that for a moment. Pump this one up. Okay. You know, there's actually no harm in me putting this video up as well. I don't think it's capturing anything infringing, so... It's 2 clicks there, not 3. Okay. Alright. Now onto eye color. I'm going to be customizing this a bit more later. For now, I just want to get things functioning. Might as well just keep that at default, yeah. For the horns, I want these. It's just looking different because I took the video above when I was in the Dark Emporium versus this character creator. So things are going to look slightly different, but it will shake out once we get into the overworld. It's just different for the sake of different character creating environments. Okay. Would I rather go gray or keep the black? Kind of vibing more with the gray. I'll go with the black. Maybe I'll change it. Maybe I'll just go to the Dark Emporium later. Should be fine.
I just hope I can help. You leave me no choice! Everything you've heard, completely true.
You leave me no choice.
Yeah, no question
As long
there.
as the
I want
job
that
gets
voice.
done,
Okay.
I don't care about
Head
the rest.
and ears. Now this is a pain in the ass because of the limitations in viewing angles. But I do have the video you can see over there. So we are just going to try and replicate these sliders as best we can. Okay, ear position. I do like the Dragon Age Inquisition character creator a fair bit. It's not my favorite, it's definitely not for the franchise. But as far as games that were coming out in the early 2010s, it's not terrible. Now onto the earlobes. This started in the middle. No, I didn't select the proper option. Earlobe. It's just one slider. Yeah, this is one of the things where it's like, you could have communicated this more clearly. You just only wanted to do the one menu. I understand. I don't agree. So I feel like there's a good amount. Onto the cheekbones. Not that pronounced. I feel like that's a good spot, yeah. Cheek shape. Take it up a smidge. Okay. skipped right past the thing I was looking at. Brow size. Okay, there we go. I did it again. I forgot to actually pick the option I'm looking at. Cheekbones. Maybe I should do the mouth sooner so I can try and line this up a little bit more, but okay. Cheekbones, cheek shape. Very tidal, very grotesquely soothing. It will reset your cursor position if you are both scrolling by pulling the page up and down, as well as using the scroll wheel, so be careful how many options it thinks you're using simultaneously. Brow size. Don't think I do anything crazy here. I just kind of take it down a little. Slightly heavier on the brow, yeah. Not by much, just a little. And now for forehead. If I'm going to play a glorified ram, then yeah, this one's got to be bigger. Really? I didn't even go that far with it. Okay, let me just realign that a little. I thought I would have gone bigger. Past me showed restraint. I don't know if I share his enthusiasm. Now for the eyes. This is where you start to see the color slider system in this game. Do I still want to go with these eyes? This shape? Maybe I'll change my mind on the shape once we can start doing colors, but for now, we'll stick with the default shape, yeah. Eye size. Yeah, my Kunari's got a bit of a squint to her. You ever thought you'd see a she-goat dressed like Clint Eastwood? Not today. But she ain't squint like one. Eye position. Really? I don't fuck with that at all. Okay. Yeah, I guess eye position is one of those things that you can easily screw up. Eye rotation and spacing. Yeah, okay. That's another thing I probably just shouldn't touch. Eyebrow style. In case you were curious. No, too Cara Delevingne. As tempted as I am to go extra thick, not today. Kinda liking these, but no. No. Too groomed. Yeah, these are the default ones, but I still like them. Eyebrow position, rock bottom, eyelash style. Let's see what past me did. can't really see the eyelashes until we change that eye makeup. Okay, now we go into the iris colors. Now, I'm not crazy about this implementation of the color wheel, the color picker, but I do think it is one of the better ways to do it. That way, you're not locked into preset color fabrications, you just pick your own. Inner iris color, let's see. So naturally, I gotta go with the yellow iris with red rings, kind of Sith-like. Although these are more... would you say it's more of a yellow or an orange, really? That should do. Onto nose. Not a lot of nose options. Kind of want to do something out of my comfort zone, but I do want to use the model I already spent time capturing. Onto nose size. Okay. Nose position. This is another one of those things that it's like the eyes. You can very easily fuck it up. I think I actually brought this closer to the center. Because, yeah, you do start with a little bit of an offset. Okay. Nose bridge size. This is already... I think I keep that in the center. Pretty much, yeah. Okay, that's satisfactory. Bridge position. Pretty sure I don't fuck with this. No, actually, I do move that just a smidge. Okay. It's always fun deforming your characters in here like Play-Doh. Nose tip size. Take this down. Want to make it a little more angular, but yeah, you can go bulbous if you're so inclined. A little bit more angular. Okay. How's that? Yeah, okay. Nose tip position. I think I take this up a little bit. Just a little, yeah. And by up, I mean down? What? Pass me, are you sure about this? Okay. Past me has spoken. Nostril size. Okay. And now broken nose. I'm pretty sure I just don't touch that. Yeah. If you want to, you can, but I don't. Not unless I'm playing a warrior. In which case, absolutely break the nose. Mouth and jaw. I got a temptation to change the lips, but I think, like the hair, I'm just going to take it for what it is right now. I say I use the default mouth here. I'm going to keep using the default mouth. Mouth width. I don't know if I agree with past me here. Really? Okay, I'm choosing to trust me. That's not usually a good choice, but I'm making it. Mouth position. Think, yeah, take that down to go up just a little bit. Lip thickness. If I could, I'd probably subtract from this. But yeah, this is... Oh no, that will work, okay. Okay. Excuse me. Jawline, okay. I just went back on lip thickness. I didn't select the option. Jawline. I think this is purely scale. It's not doing anything for alignment, right? No, it is doing something on alignment. Looks like it's favoring... Is that height or... It's height. No, okay. That's depth. Okay, that's what's happening. Or no, it is sidedness. Okay. I'm actually going to disagree with past me here and center that one then. Yeah, just take that down to about there. Okay. Draw size. Gotta go for that buccal fat removal, right? Okay. Yeah, that's all recessive genes. No. Jowls. Do I leave those on default? I'm not sure. I leave those on default, yeah. Chin size. Take this down a little bit, I think. Go down to bring it up. Mm-hmm. Chin shape. Stupid dog, you made me look like Eustace Bag. Okay, no. Right about there should be good. Double chin. I think I do a little bit here. Not much. No, I leave that untouched. Okay. And for Adam's apple, I don't know why I do this. I'm playing a female Canary, but why do I do this? Hang on. That can't be right. Yeah, that slider should not be showing what it is. Huh. Or was I still in double chin? Okay, yeah, there it is. Okay, it was... Oh my god. One of the reasons I don't like this character creator as much as I should, because the selection, especially on PC when it's mouse and keyboard driven, less than precise. On controller, since I initially played this on PS4, yeah, it functions, but I don't know if I'd go back. And I'm pretty sure for Adam's apple I leave this untouched. I mean, if you want to play a trans Canary, do you want to play a trans goat? Little bit. Okay, that should be good. Okay. Now for scars, I can't tell if I'm being blind or stupid here. I can't see what scars are doing. And maybe if I up the intensity. Or is this still a thing for the Canary where it's just scars are bugged? I can't see a damn thing. I have both of these maxed out, and these are both empty, so... On to makeup. I spend a bit of time here because that noise was me, not you. Sorry about the notifications. Eyeshadow color, okay. We are going red on that one. We will be turning down the opacity, though. Again, same as the D2 character creator, less is more. very simple for colors. Make those eyebrows really pop. Really? I turned this down to nothing? Not even a little? Okay, I guess I'm choosing to trust past me. Okay, eyelash color. I think I just have this to default black. Yeah, default black, same as the hair. Eyelash color, yep. Now for the eyeliner color, that could be fun. And again, it's another red. We're taking down the intensity, though, don't you worry. I have had this at the wrong intensity before, and it just threw off my vibe going into the game. So that's going to be 1 tick or 2? 1. Just enough. There we go. That if you really want it, it's more red accents around the red iris rings. I don't remember what my blush is, if I even have any. Okay, so this is something of a blush color right there. So, yeah, right about there. It's not the most prominent color, but I keep saying this, less is more. Know how to do your own cosmetology. Yeah, excuse me. Hopefully I muted that in time. Lip color, I think I go for approximately the same shade, or no, that's blush again. Why did I go back up? 3 tabs on the blush intensity. Less is more. Lip color. A little bit higher, and then we're going to be turning down the intensity. Okay. I think the intensity here is 3 or 4 ticks, maybe less. 3. And for lip shine, this is something that... Hang on, I didn't do lip liner. Lip liner, just straight black. Now for lip shine, let's see what that is. 2 ticks. because this is something that people fuck up a lot in the DAI character creator. They either don't notice it, or they just set it and forget it. Your character's lip gloss. This looks especially strange, considering the, like, not medieval setting, but the low fantasy, or mid-fantasy. Okay, I can turn off that video now, and we can just have a look-see. This is going to be our Inquisitioner. Oh, it's gonna be an Inquis shit show at that point. Yeah, that's a portent of things to come. Okay. You can't zoom out to preview the body much more from here, but just in case you wanted another really good look at the face. This is going to be Suman Lee, my Mage Inquisitor. And if you've been paying attention to the previews on Dragon Age Origins 2 and Inquisition, going into Veilguard, if I do play it, and they don't announce any other species as playable characters, I'm going to be a dwarf. Because so far I've played an elf, a human, and a Kunari. Which means dwarf is all that remains. And I don't even know if we're going to have 4 playable species in the new game, so we'll find out. I don't even know if I'm getting the new game. I'm still worried. Test the voice a little.
As long as the job gets done, I don't care about the rest. I just hope I can help. How much is this going to cost me exactly? How much is this going to cost me exactly?
You leave me no choice!
Very emotive. Okay, am I still second-guessing myself on the hair color? No, I'm good with it. Suman Lee. Oh no, I typed. And would you look at that, we found a holy glowing silhouette in the Fade. What could possibly go wrong? That's okay, we can disable the arachnophobia. Oh wait, that would actually make things worse if we got arachnophobia. Whoops. Well, we've got the touch, we've got the power, but now we are going to end up in chains, regardless. You have the evil lime aura about you. Plus you're a goat. They can't trust you like this. Oh yeah, I'm regaining my confidence in this character design once I actually see it in the world. Absolutely. Hey Cassandra, you escaped to an actually decent Dragon Age.
Tell me why we shouldn't kill
Oh, and here's a
now.
fun thing. In Dragon
The
Age Origins, you
conclave
can
is
kill
destroyed.
Liliana, but she'll still be
Everyone
here.
who attended
You
is
chop her
dead,
head off, and she'll still be
except
here.
for you.
I'm not going to remain silent, but I am going to be a little bit confrontational, perhaps.
You think I'm responsible?
Explain this.
Yeah, in a
Can't.
post-Mass Effect
What
3,
do
and
you
even sort of a
mean, you
post-Mass Effect 2
can't?
world,
I
the
don't know
dialogue
what
is
that
made
is,
for you in certain
or how
instances.
it got there.
You're lying.
Well,
We
Liliana
need
playing
her,
good
Cassandra.
cop. So yes, this is the flavor. This is the seasoning on the dialogue. Now, I play Sumin Lee as a very solemn character, just in case you couldn't tell by the rough anagram of the name. It's not complete, but one letter off. If I went Sumin Lo, I feel like that would be more conspicuous, though. Sumin Lee, yeah, that's still got a bit of a real element to it. Okay, so, look, I'm just gonna be stoic, and they've got me in chains. Let's see what they want to do. What now?
So what happens now?
Do you remember what happened? How this began?
I remember running. Things were chasing me, and then... a woman.
A woman?
She...
Yes, you know we have those.
reached
There's
out
3
to
of them in
me.
this scene, in fact.
But then...
Go to the forward camp, Liliana. I will take her to the rift.
what did happen?
Somebody bombed a church, no big deal,
Will
really.
be easier to show.
They just do it all the time. But we figured you're Kunari, so maybe you also had some inkling on that powder keg. Now, this shot right here, where we're going to look up to the rift, this is the glory shot where you can see whether or not you actually like your character creation. It doesn't get better than this. Just give it a moment. Not that one.
We call it the Breach. It's a massive
think.
rift into the world of demons that grows larger with each passing hour. It's not the only such rift, just the largest. All were caused
This
by
one.
the explosion at the Conclave.
An explosion can do that?
This one did. Unless we act...
That was your blink and miss it.
The
That was the
breach
glamour
may
shot.
grow
That was where you got
until
to see
it
your character
swallows
at
the
its
world.
best. It only goes down from here, and I still appreciate this design. Yes.
Each time the breach expands, your mark spreads, and it is killing
That seems like
you.
a self-solving
It may be the key to
problem
stopping
for
this,
Cassandra, at
But there
least.
isn't much time.
Okay, how could it stop this, necessarily?
You say it may be the key. To doing what?
Closing the breach. Whether that's possible is something we
Making
shall
a
discover
lot of
shortly.
assumptions here.
It is our only chance, however. And yours.
Do you still think I'm guilty?
You still think I did this? To myself?
Not intentionally. Something clearly went wrong.
And if I'm not responsible?
Someone is. And you are our only suspect. You wish to prove your innocence? This is the only way.
Now, it's currently an unsung element, but character approval is a factor, whether or not you want to build reputation... Whether or not you want to build reputation, rapport, you name it, with certain characters, your dialogue choices, whether they're flavorful or have a practical difference, they will impact your approval ratings. So, Cassandra doesn't want you being neutral with her on this one. She doesn't want to be saving you. She wants you to keep up with her. She doesn't want you being all dour and defiant. She wants you to be charitable, hospitable even, to the situation. To know that you are paying attention when there is greater good to be done.
I understand.
She
Then
approves.
I'll
See?
do what I can. Whatever
And for
it
some reason
takes.
that's in copperplate Gothic bold. Why am I paying attention to the specific fonts being used for pop-ups?
They have decided your guilt. They need it. The people of Haven mourn our most holy, divine Justinia, head of the Chantry. The Conclave was hers. It was a chance for peace between mages
Yeah, we
and
watched like a
Templars.
15-20 minute video earlier. We already know about
She
your Lady
brought
Pope.
their leaders together. Now they are dead. We lash out like the sky, but we must think beyond ourselves, as she did. Until the breach is sealed. There will be a trial. I can promise no more. Come.
Don't worry, soon I'll be in
It is
charge of
not
you.
far.
Give it,
Where are you taking me?
ooh, depending on how the final demon fight goes here, it might be
Your
an hour or
mark
two.
must be tested on something smaller than the breach.
And now to save before I break things. That's how long we spent in the character creator? I could have done worse. Okay, let me see here. There's a strong temptation for me to wait to get an hour even on there, but is it real? Is it fake? Am I just buying time? Yeah, it's a strange number, and you're gonna have to put up with my tisms throughout the playthrough. For example, if you take any personal issue with save scumming, you might want to stop watching now, because I'm up for a challenge, but I'm also not above using the reload button. F5 is one of my favorite keys. I'm surprised it hasn't been worn down to the nub yet. Save scumming, in the words of Razorfist, is my religion. Is there anything else I can check right now? Oh yeah, we do have codex entries, but... Options. Will that continue progressing the timer, or... Just 2 more minutes of frittering away, so maybe we will look at those options. What are the default bindings? Does it use anything that I currently have bound? E. Well, shit. Wait a minute, WASDA is what? Oh, that won't do. Is there anything else that might be using E or R? Basic attack is on R, okay. I guess if I need to turn my camera right, then I'm going to... Okay. Back, confirm it. And now, what things do I have toggled right now? Okay. We are so close to getting past my neurotic requirement of no particular import, but here we are. And don't rely on those milestone saves, by the way. Those seem inexplicably unreliable from my experience. There we go. Now I can get over myself.
Open the gate.
Okay, yeah, I don't have to worry about the camera turning buttons being bound the way they are, because I can just use my, hang on, was there anything I could poke around here? Anybody I could chat with, maybe? No? Map, yep. Nobody here's feeling talkative, I understand. And you cannot use any of your attack bounds because you don't yet have a weapon. There's no unarmed combat in this game. At least not for the player character. Michael, it's the end of the world. You still following? Good. Now, which of these icons does what exactly? Yeah, I am that rusty, I guess. And if you dislike having to follow the warrior map, this game can be obnoxious about what counts as uncovered or not. Now, I feel like the sequence where you get a bunch of weapons thrown out in front of you, and then you... It seems like that would be a good point to pick your class, but they want that very early on in the character creation, so... Before you do any cosmetic customization.
Pulses are coming faster now. The larger the breach grows, the more rifts appear, the more demons we face.
How did I survive the blast?
They said you stepped out of a rift, then fell unconscious. They say a woman was in the rift behind you. No one knows who she was. Everything farther in the valley was laid waste, including the Temple of Sacred Ashes. I suppose you'll see soon enough.
Well, losing that temple doesn't really mean much. There were no sacred ashes left. Oh, you weren't in Origins, right. You might not know / care, I don't know. I save a lot. And I don't know about you, but considering this is in Frostbite, that was slightly impressive when it came out. Nowadays, a little jank.
Stay behind me!
This feels like it would be a good place to have multiple weapons for multiple classes scattered in the wreckage, and then you pick your class, but it's just as good early on. Oh no, I'm gonna have to be using my numbs. Wait, did I crash? I feel like that's not responding to my basic command. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there. In fact, I have a strong temptation to say maybe we've got a lot of the busy work out of the way, maybe we call it there for the night, and we just start off in the combat after I figured out how to bind my keys correctly, because without the stream deck, this is going to be hitting all of my toggles. It's going to be hitting minimum 4 of my toggles, just trying to play properly, so... We're going to call it early tonight, and when we come back to Dragon Age Inquisition, hopefully I will have my stream deck working. If my stream deck still isn't working, then we're going to probably play some Dragon's Dogma, a dragon game that I don't have to give you any special caveats about. We can just play and have fun. As it stands, though, I hope you had a good time, and... Oh, wait. Let me go back to the bedroom for just a moment, the office. Because I got something to show you. Close the game, please, and thank you. Let me just get myself centered here. Now, if you follow me on X or subscribe to me on YouTube, you may have already seen this. Oh, this one. I have them numbered correctly, but they're listed in the wrong order. This is the single art for Futility of Flesh, my first song. I've written a bit before here and there, but I'm just a basic lyricist. I'm nothing fancy. However, this was the first song that I did when I started experimenting earlier this year. I want to say April, maybe May, at least 4 months ago. This was the first of 13 songs I'm planning to put out as my first year of VTubing. Now, while we may not be able to share in the song creation process itself, there's a whole lot of me just fiddling dials until I find something I hate less and then keep moving forward. But as far as the lyrics go, you can check those out with relative ease. Those are pasted in the description of the video. You can see them if you enable closed captions, and if you want them available elsewhere, I am looking into, once we get Spotify set up, we're looking into that as well. Spotify is hopefully going to enable lyrics and the just plain MP3s with no video elements to be more easily distributed. With that said, however, since we can't do the lyrics together, because that's a whole lot of me just humming and hawing while racking the source that is my brain, we can't do the lyrics together, we can't do the instrumental music together. So what can we do together? We can do the single art together. Because while Futility of Flesh came out this month, next month we have Omnicidal. Now, Omnicidal, the album art's already done. This was actually the first album art that I'd done for any of the singles on the album. Well, hang on, is it really a single if you're releasing all of them and then compiling it as an album at the end? I don't know. I wish I gave you a straight answer there. I don't know. So, just grin and bear it with me for a moment here. I am trying to do the right thing here. I'm releasing it as singles, and if I combine them all later, then we'll survive. Okay? Okay. Now, Omnicidal is releasing October. I haven't determined the exact date yet. I was aiming for something closer to Halloween, but I don't know if I want to go that late in the month. I want to have some equidistance, some reasonable median in the releases. So, Omnicidal releases next month. Until Omnicidal releases, however, we are going to be working on the single art for the next song after that, together, on stream. So, I'm not going to tell you which song is coming after Omnicidal, because if you were looking at the hints I put into the teaser video on my YouTube channel, you might already have some ideas. But, if not, you'll be finding out with relative haste. Who knows, maybe I'll skip ahead and do Song 4, since I already have that asset partially prepared. Okay, listen. If you saw me on X posting a contest entry for Cottontail VA's tattoos, then you may have already seen a decent chunk of the album art for Song 4, the single art for album. The single art for Song 4. I can English, I'm good. Yeah. Okay, where was I? Right. You've already seen a chunk of that. The rabbit skull with the lobotomy tools and the coffins. Yeah, that was originally the starting art for Song 4, which, again, not revealing the names yet. You'll find out soon enough when we do the art. But Cotton was having a contest and there was a $1,000 grand prize. I figured if Hell freezes over, I could really use the money. I didn't win, though. I wasn't even in the top 8. So I got some praise for my design, but if it didn't work, it didn't work. So, yeah. Remind me to say that a second time once we actually get closer to Song 4. Or is it Song 4 or Song 5? Song 5, actually. So it's going to be in January. Remind me to say that again, because I don't want you to think, oh yeah, I'm cucking somebody by using their design for multiple things. It was strictly a money issue. But, yeah. The design was originally intended for that person, for that song, so we'll get back there. So, maybe we'll work on Song 3's art next time, Song 4's art next time. I don't even know if we're going to do a drawing stream next time, or if we're going to be doing a different game, because I need to figure out which parts of my setup are still broken from the debut and or earlier. Do not expect a stream on Friday. Tomorrow, which is an hour and a half away. I need to fix a bunch of stuff. I wasn't even sure if there was going to be a stream today because I was running a half hour late. But yeah. No stream tomorrow, no stream Saturday, possibly Sunday, depending on if I can get things working. Definitely back on Monday, though. Definitely back on Monday. Expect that. I'll be there with bells on. Unfortunately, that ringing in your ear might just be my music and not my timely appearance. Although there are worse causes for tinnitus. I can't think of any now. Wait, my voice. Well, fuck.